I am filled with immense personal joy and gratitude that you have successfully completed your rigorous 10 months of unconventional leadership education with us here at the SPPG, the School of Politics, Policy and Governance. You came to seek knowledge, but you left more than that, because we then told you that knowledge without character will turn you into a locust. You will leave the SPPG after today as something far greater. Leaders that are equipped to shape the future of Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. The SPPG's vision has always been clear: to raise a generation of ethical, competent, and capable leaders who are defined not by the trappings of power, but by their capacity to solve public problems with integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, our dear graduates, the class of 2025 embodies the vision of the SPPG. You have endured rigorous academic instructions, embraced the discipline of collaborative work, and you have wrestled with applying theory to the messy realities of governance. Not everyone who began this journey with you stands here today graduating. As you recall, there were more than 400 of you admitted. We always tell people who do not keep to our standards to leave the program. And so today, we graduate only 262 of you. An indication of how tough it is to pass through the threshold of what makes you a person of character, competence, and capacity. That you made it to this moment is testament to your resilience and your commitment to finishing what you start. Both qualities are desperately needed in African leadership. Our continent stands at a crossroad. Young populations across Africa, as my sister Alero said, hungry for opportunities. Our young ones consider death on the high sea to be less than what they are running away from on our continent. That's a tragedy. The risk of dying on the high sea is considered lower than what is pursuing them. So you are going to be leaders of a continent that has to prove that indeed governance structures can serve everyone. We witness widening inequality, deepening poverty, and eroding trust between citizens and their governments. And we discussed all of this during the Africa conference, where we were talking about democracy in crisis and how it has lost its legitimacy with citizens. And yet, in all of that, as Winston Churchill said, democracy is the worst form of government until you've tried all the others. We must always remember that. Yet, amid all of these realities, you chose a different path. Rather than surrendering to cynicism or apathy, you committed yourselves to becoming leaders, defined not by conformity, as my dear sister said, to this status quo, but you took on the courage to dare to be different and to never perceive power as entitlement, but as service for the common good of society. At the SPPG, we teach you that leadership is neither a title nor a privilege of a select few. Leadership is a responsibility, a sacred trust to safeguard the dignity, aspirations, and well-being of the people. The core values and principles that we trained you on must now be your eternal compass. Whether you serve now or in the future in public office, your obligation remains unchanged Lead with character, competence, and capacity. Nelson Mandela reminded us that it always seems impossible until it is done. The road ahead will not be easy, and that is why he talked about the long walk to freedom. You will face obstacles, resistance, and perhaps be ridiculed for daring to think that you can do something differently. But I have no doubt that you will not negotiate your values, because the courage and conviction to persevere are core to the character building that the SPPG program provided you in the last 10 months. You now carry the knowledge networks, the values needed to confront entrenched systems, to challenge mediocrity. I want to say that again, to challenge mediocrity. Because you saw that in the school, did you not? We know clearly that you would have to forge new social contract between citizens and leaders as the new genre, new cadre of leadership on our continent. Our dear graduates, your certificate of public leadership and policy is both a badge of honor and of responsibility. I urge you to never compromise your integrity. You must remain courageous in adversity and to continually place the citizens at the heart of your service. I bid you great congratulations, class of 2025. Be visionaries who refuse to settle for the ordinary. Be reformers who challenge yesterday's failures. Be guardians who protect tomorrow's promise. Lead with compassion. Act with wisdom. Let every decision derive from data. When a person confronts you, they must know you attended what? Good. Let every decision derive from data, rigorous research, analysis, and evidence of what works, and also reflect the values that you have embraced here. Congratulations. You are the pride of all of us in the fixed politics and SPPG community in Nigeria and Africa at large. We're confident that you will be a proof to the world that leadership can be redefined. Now step boldly into your future, knowing you have been prepared not to seek to lead, but to serve. In 7, as my father said, you lead. Congratulations, class of 2025.